Guys, you will agree with me that Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention in the DSS custody proves that he is indeed a political prisoner in Nigeria. Yes, my country people. And the federal government are solely behind this. Well, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, had filed a notion of appeal against the judgment by Justice Binta Iyako of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, which failed to grant Kanu's application seeking restoration of his revoked bail and transfer, remand him to a safe place of custody. Kanu, who has been in detention at the Department of the State Service DSS custody in Abuja since June 2021, had filed an application seeking restoration of bail revoked by the court after he escaped an attack in his home in Abia State by security personnel. However, the court, in a delivered on May 20th, refused to grant Kanu's application. Although the Supreme Court had in a ruling held that the IPOB leader did not jump his bail as claimed by the trial court. And in the notice of appeal filed through his legal team led by Barrister Aloy Ejimako, Kanu had said that the trial court erred when it misdirected itself on the facts and otherwise failed to properly elevate the evidence when it wrongly held that on the issue of the transfer of the defendant to another place of custody, found and held the present place of custody. So the defendant is in a proper place of custody, which the decision has led to a miscarriage of justice against him. And let us look at this. Kanu had further argued that the trial court erred the law when it refused to grant his application, upon which he described as implicit findings that the room at the said DSS detention facility, whereupon he meets with his counsel, is not safe and clean room for him to prepare for his defense. So the trial court has erred the law, which the court failed to exercise its discretion in the favor of the application of the appellant, and that respect occasioned miscarriage of justice. And it has been noted that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in the custody of the DSS since 2021, ever since his arrest, where the federal government filed terrorism charges against him. Binta Iyako, a judge in the Federal High Court, had struck out all the 15 charges, all the allegations laid against him by the federal government. The remaining 7 courts also quashed by the Court of Appeal on October 2022, where the court judge ordered Kanu's release. But the Nigerian government ended up, disobeying all court orders that, ended up in his favor. They did not respect the rule of law. They showed no regard for the rule of law. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains in the DSS custody. So this shows that Kanu is indeed a political prisoner in Nigeria. Let's not forget that Sowore, the likes of Omoyele Sowore, this guy Sunday Igboho and the rest have been, frequently visiting the prisons and all of that. But all trials against them by the federal government has been cleared. So how come Nnamdi Kanu's, trial is still ongoing? How come? Because Sunday Igboho, who has been campaigning for the Yoruba nation, he has declared that even the fact that the Nigerian government has dropped all charges against him, that this would not stop the Oduduwa agitators from storming Lagos. This would not stop the Yoruba Nation agitators. Even Omoyele Sowore, who is the convener of the revolution now, also has been cleared. All charges against him has been cleared by this current administration. So why is it that Nnamdi Kanu's charges, even these charges that have been cleared, there are no charges against him? They are nothing against him. This government has nothing to be held against him. Nnamdi Kanu has been freed from all terrorism charges and he ought to be released. He ought to be released. Not to talk of his failing health. There have been crowds on several occasions that Nnamdi Kanu has a failing health and thus should be released because this federal government has violated his fundamental human rights by keeping him there illegally in that custody. But the Nigerian government has refused to release the IPOB leader, insisting that his release will increase the insecurity in the southeast region. And the people of the southeast has said that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, this would bring an end to the insecurity in the region, because these sit at home being observed in the southeast region is as a result of his continued detention. So the pressure is still on in the southeast, but yet, these Nigerian governments, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing, oh. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I don't find it funny that they are still denying the bail application of Nnamdi Kanu. He ought to be released. He ought to be released. Kanu said that he is seeking an order to allowing his appeal and setting aside the decision of the trial court made on the 20th of May 2024, an order restoring and reinstating the bail application, his bail application. Now, but it is quite clear that the High Court has already ruled and has denied the reinstatement of his bail application. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still remains under the clutches of the Nigerian government. Guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet of our time. Nnamdi Kanu is bigger than Nigeria. They are scared to release him. Nigeria should dialogue. One day, they will beg for Kanu's forgiveness for all this nonsense they are doing to him. Many groups, many countries have called for his release, but they play deaf ears. My happiness is that the whole world is watching this. A country that has no respect for our rule of law is called a zoo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right and will always expose their level of backwardness in this 21st century. So guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. They say what goes around surely comes around. The Nigerian government should stop this prosecution, his continued detention, and allow this man to go back to his family. I don't know why they are so afraid of releasing him. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.